Hello, barn busters and barn burners worldwide. Good to have you with us on Red Barn Radio. I'm Brad Becker. We continue to celebrate the 20th season of Red Barn Radio. And folks, tonight we welcome you to show number 784. Something to be thankful for. Jayce Turley is a singer-songwriter from Greenup County, Kentucky, whose debut album, The Opening Act, released April of 22. Heavily influenced by his father and grandfather's love of music, Jayce started attending bluegrass camps and seminars every summer at age 6, where he picked up the fiddle and dobro. He settled into guitar at the age of 12 and started singing and writing songs at the age of 14. His musical influences include Jason Isbell, Willie Nelson, Chris Stapleton, Billy Strings, Jerry Garcia, and Kentucky's own Tyler Childers. With Jayce tonight, our bass player, J.D. Thomas. On guitar, Dale Blankenship, and on mandolin, Kyle Kleinman. Welcome Jayce Turley and his band.
Hey, thank you for having me, Brad. I appreciate it. This first one we're going to do is called Cowboy Hats and Pearl Snaps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breaking in them new streets, and that bass drum match heartbeat. Got a cool ride for them summer nights and some pretty girls in the back. We're just learning how to kick it now and how to steal them young girls' hearts. Living them Saturday nights and getting into fights, playing pool and shooting darts. We got a TV on the back porch Saturday night, y'all can come and see. Have a far out in the backyard, lasts from 8 p.m. to 3. We got them cowboy hats and them old pearl snaps like the outlaws from way back when. Taking in life and living each night, just me and my outlaw friend. Got them buckles on our belts and our spurs making girls' hearts melt. We got rodeo dreams, 8 seconds of screams through the blood and breaking your back. Trying to fix things with these 6 strings, a few chords and the truth. Feel the pride and the pain when we're standing in the rain, from our hats down to our boots. We got them cowboy hats and them old pearl snaps like the outlaws from way back when. Taking in life, living each night, just me and my outlaw friends. Got them cowboy hats and them old pearl snaps like the outlaws from way back when. Taking in life and living each night, just me and my outlaw friends.
Good evening and welcome to Red Barn Radio. Wherever in the world you're listening, welcome to Roots Music Southern Style. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn Radio's official radio partner, NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. Red Barn Radio is supported by Visit Lex, Lexington, Kentucky's Convention and Visitors Bureau. More information on what Lexington has to offer is at visitlex.com. LexArts, Lexington, Kentucky's premier cultural development, advocacy, and fundraising organization, working for the development of a strong and vibrant arts community as a means of enhancing the quality of life in Central Kentucky. Follow Red Barn Radio on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Here's the host of Red Barn Radio to tell us more about tonight's performers.
Of our Red Barn Radio guest this week, music media outlet Americana Highways has this to say, and I quote, "Every now and then you come across a musician early in their career, and from the first time you hear them, you know they're destined to be huge." The talented artist of whom they speak hails from Greenup, Kentucky, and his name is Jayce Turley. We're glad to have Jayce with us on Red Barn Radio tonight. In the few years since he started, Jayce has shared bills with many artists you're familiar with, from Justin Wells and Logan Halstead to Nolan Taylor and Drayton Farley. Jayce's debut album is called appropriately The Opening Act. It was released in April of this year, and tonight I suspect he's going to be performing a number of tunes from that album for you. We'll have lots of good music and good talk tonight with Jayce Turley and his band. We're glad you're here. Welcome, Jayce Turley.
Thank you so much, and like he said, do some songs off that album. This next one is, and that last one, Cowboy Hats and Pearl Snaps, was. This one's called Hard Hard Time, and I wrote it when I was down in Mexico. It's a song about feeling like you're doing prison time, being away from the girl you love. So this one's called Hard Hard Time. By my bedside, and that 1200 is a damn long drive, and the wind's cut me down, it's making me mean, so mean. And I wish any medication could ease my pain, and I wish goodbyes weren't so hard to say. Wish I could break down to my knees to pray. Oh, what can I say? But how far till I can tell you I love you, and I'll be home soon. Don't you cry, 'cause darling, we ain't through, but this hard time is so hard to do. Yeah, this hard time is so hard to do. Seems like I'm living with my eyes closed, and close your memory follows me. Then you come around to open them up, and you make this hollow heart big. have to break down to my knees to pray. Oh, what can I say? But I'll fight till I can tell you I love you, and I'll be home soon. Don't you cry, 'cause darling, we ain't through. But this hard time is so hard to do. Yeah, this hard time is so hard to do. But I'll fight till I can tell you I love you, and I'll be home soon. Don't you cry, 'cause darling, we ain't through. But this hard time is so hard to do. Yeah, this hard time is so hard to do. Thank you so much. We're really glad to be up here today in Lexington doing Red Barn. This is really special. Feels really special to me. This next one we're going to do is a murder ballad that I wrote. It's called Misery. Devil's waitress took my order, and she brought my sins to me. Watching, sitting, and getting older as the roots grow in and slowly wrap around my feet. So won't you bring me a glass of your finest misery, and I'll show you it ain't that bad. Then I'll chase it down with a glass of whiskey. Oh, and watching me drown only made it all more sad. I could run away and never come back. I can't get up, I just keep getting down bad. I can't hold another lover in these hands. Oh, it scares me half to death. Think you really know this man? river's pushing me further down and away from all my friends. Oh, and in the end it hurt, hurt. Oh, but she knew too much to ever let her know again. So won't you bring me a glass of your finest misery, and I'll show you it ain't that bad. Then I'll chase it down with a glass of whiskey. Oh, and watching me drown only made it all more sad. I could run away and never come back. I can't get up, I just keep getting down bad. I can't hold another lover in these hands. Oh, it scares me half to death. Think you really know this man? I could run away and never come back. I can't get up, I just keep getting down bad. I can't hold another lover in these hands. Oh, it scares me half to death. Think you really know this man? Thank you. Take just a minute to get this thing tuned back up. The next one I'm gonna do is a little song that I wrote when I was just piddling around trying to write something a little bit fun. We all know one of these people in our lives. This next song, it's called Liquor Store. It's about a robbing man. Johnny's out of luck and he's looking to rob him a liquor store. Clean all the cash and pick up his woman and a 4x4. He's 10 and the pin around a bunch of old men he don't ever want to be around again. Johnny's out of luck, that's a two-time robbing man. I had a buddy up the road said that Johnny and took his washing machine. Found it in his trailer, keeping all of the stick-up money clean. Well, the cops busted and they took old Johnny off to jail. 10 more years of being back on the streets, just raising hell. Well, Johnny's out of luck and he's looking to rob him a liquor store. Clean all the cash and pick up his woman and a 4x4. Spent 10 in the pen around a bunch of old men he don't ever want to be around again. Johnny's out of luck, that's a two-time robbing man. Johnny started out stealing cigarettes from the gas and grocery store. Well, his mama gave him whooping and left his sore ass on the floor. Didn't stop him from living a bad, bad life. Only one that ever loved him was his crooked tooth wife. And Johnny's out of luck and he's going out of robbing again. Johnny's out of luck and he's looking to rob him a liquor store. Clean all the cash and pick up his woman and a 4x4. Spend 10 and 10 around a bunch of old men he don't ever want to be around again. Johnny's out of luck, that is two-time robbing man. Johnny's out of luck and he's looking to rob him a liquor store. Clean all the cash and pick up his woman and a 4x4. Spend 10 in the pen around a bunch of old men he don't ever want to be around again. Johnny's out of luck, that a two-time robbing man. Well, Johnny's out of luck, that a two-time robbing man. This next song I'm going to do is the title song off the EP I released back in April. This song is about being the opening act. It's called The Opening Act. Won't sit down and listen. I'll try to say all my words, singing about how outlaw songs ain't what outlaw songs were. Now I'm low down and drifting as the barroom fills with smoke. I've been screaming like a creature, clearing out my throat at every show. I'm up at the crack of daylight, I'm up with the midnight glow. I'm down around 3 a.m. and it's off to sing away my soul. It really ain't a bad life when I'm singing for a chunk of change. Well, I play at every place in town, still nobody knows my name. Well, I play at every place in town, still nobody knows my name. Boys won't sit down and listen. I'm trying to say all my words, singing about how outlaw songs ain't what outlaw songs were.
Hey, if you're just joining us, you are listening to Jayce Turley. Jayce is from Greenup County, Kentucky, which is up there in the easternmost part of our state and kind of north up there, so it touches Ohio and touches West Virginia.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's where you're from. Hey, before we talk about that place, how about the opening act topic? You've done you've had some nice opportunities in pretty short period of time. I mean, you're. Can we talk about your age? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm 17.
You're 17. All right. So by the age of 17, you've opened up for some fine folks, Justin Wells and Nolan Taylor, Drayton Farley.
Yeah.
How did those things play out? How did those happen?
A lot of stuff is just, it's all who you know. and going around different places and different people hearing my music and different people booking me places, like as far as something like the Justin Wells things go, I played that show out at the barn, actually, out of the Red Barn. And my buddy got me hooked up in it that owns a bar in Waverly called Beast and Bottle. And he got me hooked up playing with Justin Wells, and just all kinds of opportunities arise like that, just through people you know.
Yeah. And so as a result of those things, do you have those been big confidence boosters for you getting out there and doing that? Have you been nervous?
It feels I don't get necessarily nervous for a lot of stuff, but it feels a lot of times it feels surreal that I could be still not graduated high school and doing some of the stuff like
to me
coming
too.
here
Yeah.
Today. It's just it's cool life to live right now.
Yeah. Well, that's neat. And so where did you learn not to be nervous?
I think I'm just such a peoply person and such just an extrovert that I've never had a problem interacting with people.
Huh. And so even in places where, so you get a whole crowd of people coming into the barn and they're here to hear Justin Wells, and here's this, kid who comes out on the stage with a guitar, and have people been
I like to think I take them by surprise.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I bet you probably do. I mean, you got a cool voice, Jayce, and a really comfortable delivery, and you do seem comfortable up there. You don't seem nervous at all.
Yeah, it's just all about breathing right and trying to be as zen as you can be and as calm as you can be.
Yeah. All right.
Try not to think about it too much is usually my motto.
Huh. So are there adults in your life who helped you to develop those skills?
People-y skills?
Well, yeah. I mean, you mentioned the idea of breathing, for instance. A lot of us get to be older and still don't know how to breathe. You're learning how to breathe at age 17.
I just like to think that I've always been just kind of laid back and easy going. Like my parents say, I was an easy baby.
Oh, all right. Are you not critical of yourself when it comes to writing?
Very critical of myself.
Okay. There we go. I knew we could find the Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Tell what kind of things do you find challenging when it comes to the work that you do as an artist?
Well, just wanting to get better and write, more clever stuff, and thinking that going back and looking at something I recorded and thinking, well, that could have been better. And now, especially going out and singing and stuff, making sure you always want it to be better, and it can always improve. So.
Don't you think that trying to be too clever as a writer can become a stumbling block?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's easier to go the simple route first, but if you take the simple and make it more complicated, that's how you can get clever with it.
Did you write a lot of simple songs before you ever started putting stuff out there for people?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, for instance, the top string song off my EP that I put out, the opening act, and the first song that I played here tonight, Cowboy Hats and Pearl Snaps, is probably the simplest song I've wrote, but people really seem to like simple. And that was something I wrote when I was 14 years old, so it's just simplicity sells a lot of the time.
Well, yeah. Simplicity sells. Why do you think that is? Is it because people imagine that it's an experience they've had, something they could have written themselves? What do you think?
I think the relatable part's an aspect, and I also think not thinking about it too much from a listener's standpoint, being able to just listen to it and have a good time is where the real joy from music comes.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a geek about music, like me.
Yeah, you are a geek about music, huh?
Yeah.
And so what's it like to be a music geek? What does that mean to you?
It's like going to a concert and feeling like a football player, being left on the bench, kind of like that. Say that, and noticing, things that other people wouldn't notice or wouldn't catch when you go to a concert or you're listening to people, you would catch.
Yeah, what kind of things are you noticing, like when you're watching a band playing?
Just if somebody like plays a wrong note or something, which you can tell if you're a musician, but if you're not a musician, a lot of times nobody knows.
That's right. Do you bother? So when you go to shows with people, do you bug them by sort of talking in their ear during the show and stuff like that?
I usually just I'm a be quiet and listen to the music kind of guy.
Okay. All right. Good. So talk to us about Greenup, about the town you grew up. You're what are you, a Musketeer? Is that what the Greenup County High School people are? I
moved to Greenup when I was 7 years old in the 4th grade, and I've gone to Greenup ever since.
How come you moved to Greenup? Do you know why your family moved there?
My dad moved to Greenup.
Yeah. Why did he move there? He
moved in with my stepmom in Greenup County.
Gotcha. Okay. And does he work there?
He kind of works all over the place, but that goes for a lot of people in the tri-state area back home. You could be living in Kentucky and working in West Virginia, or you could be living in Ohio and working in Kentucky. It goes a lot of ways. So he's all around Kentucky and West Virginia and Ohio.
What was it, your dad who got you into going to bluegrass camps and stuff like that when you were a little kid? Was your grandpa?
My dad got me hooked on listening to music and taking me to see concerts and stuff. My grandpa was the one that was taking me to the seminars every summer.
What kind of seminars?
Pocahontas County, West Virginia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell us about those. And how early were you going?
When I was 6 years old, I started going to Allegheny Echoes, which is in Pocahontas County, West Virginia. And it's run by these guys named the Bing Brothers that a lot of people probably know. They're an old-time string band. And they put on, you'll have different people teaching different camps. People you get people like Don Rigsby teaching, vocal and fiddle lessons. And you get people for instance, Kenny Smith taught me guitar. Kenny Smith used to be with Lonesome River Band, now plays with Kenny and Amanda Smith Band. He taught me guitar 2 summers ago. You get a lot of good people in there teaching music, and it's a big focus on helping some youth and even older people kind of learn how to play.
Well, yeah. And it means a lot to have super pros, right? Taking a young person under their wing.
And not everybody's that big teaching there, but everybody's really good at everybody's a really good teacher, and everybody's really good at their instrument.
Huh. What's a really good teacher to you? What are the qualities of the really good teachers you've had?
Well, I'm more of a visual or by touch learner, so especially on guitar, it helps to see and hear, everything that instead of just a lot of people can play by ear. I don't pick up necessarily like that, but it's easier to watch and do or have your fingers put somewhere than it is to just try to figure it out by seeing it one time really fast.
So did you have teachers in middle school, high school who understand the way that you learn and have sort of helped you to gain access to some subjects maybe that have been difficult to you in the past? Or
I think I've always been pretty easy to learn as long as I can see it worked out. And I think every teacher I've ever had, except for maybe 1 or 2, you can always ask your teacher to help you with something and learn that way.
What are the names of the really bad ones? No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
So, have you always been a pretty good student and liked school?
Yeah. Yeah. As much as a high schooler can like school, which now I've switched to doing online school.
You have?
Yeah.
Solely?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I start back online next week through my school district, but just not.
And you have that option?
Yeah. Ever since COVID, a lot of schools offer that.
Well, yeah, I know a lot of schools offer it, but I didn't know that they offered you the opportunity to do that and only that if that's
Yeah.
what you wanted to do. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so how does that work for your sort of like social relationships and stuff like that? You said you're an extrovert.
I'm not. I'm more necessarily friends. I'd say the funny thing is a lot of all these people that I see at these shows and whatnot and festivals that I go around to, I'm more friends with people that I go out and see in public than, like, so to say, I would be at school.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So let's do a little math thing. Let's take these categories: music, food, social relationships, and academics. If you were to make a pie chart representing the importance of those things in your life, where would each fall? Social relationships, music, food, and academics. Which one would have the biggest piece?
Probably food.
Oh, all right.
Probably social relationships, then music,
Yeah.
then school, then food.
Oh, okay. So food be down on. I thought you're one of those guys, who's skinny as a rail, but eats like a ton of food every day.
That's kind of still me every now and then. It depends on the day.
You play any sports in school?
I haven't played sports since freshman year.
What did you play before then?
Basketball.
Oh.
From pre-K up.
Huh. Were you pretty good? You can say.
I'm playing music for a reason.
Hey, folks, we're talking with Jayce Turley. We're going to come back and talk with him more and maybe even have a chance to meet the band later on. Jayce, you going to play some tunes by yourself now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some solo ones for you.
All right. Hey, welcome back, Jayce Turley. Great to have you here, Jayce.
Yes, sir. This one's called Lone-Hearted Fool. With the gold in my veins and the speed of this thing, I'll seal up this heart and I'll numb all the pain. Nothing I do seems the same now that you're gone. With the hard times fought and the strings in this box, I'll play a sad song about all that we saw and all that I went through to get where I got but don't belong. What don't you get about what I said? Booze in your system must have got to your head. You drove me, darling, past the headaches, the heartbreaks, the heartaches, back to the depths. You pushed me, honey, over the edge. You're a mess, I'm depressed. You're stuck in my head. And when I look back, I must not have a clue And you broke my heart my 15th October, when the blacktop's still hot but the wind's getting colder. No day since then's been the same. You know I just can't win. And you killed me cold on the very next night. I fought and put up a good fight, but you brought on the darkness and there ain't been no light since then. What's going on inside of your head? What were you thinking? Was it something I said? You drove me, darling, past the headaches, the heartbreaks, the heartaches, back to the depths. You pushed me, honey, over the edge. You're a mess, I'm impressed. You're stuck in my head. When I look back, I must not have had a clue. And I was too busy drooling over you and playing your lone-hearted fool. What don't you get about what I said? The booze in your system must have got to your head. You drove me, darling, past the headaches, the heartbreaks, the heartaches, back to the depths. You pushed me, honey, over the edge. You're a mess, I'm depressed. You're stuck in my head. And when I look back, I must not have had a clue. I was too busy drooling over you and playing your lone-hearted fool. Thank you. This next one I'm gonna do is one that my dad helps me write. This one's called These Songs. Well, the leaves on the trees are gone, but they'll be back soon. You left the same time they did, but can't say the same about you. My truck finally did break down. You hoped it would. I guess I wouldn't be sitting here if I treated you like I should. But I'm so worn out trying to fix myself when I ain't broken. I'm tired of lying to myself and barely hanging on. And I'm done writing about you in these songs. Well, this old house these days just don't seem like much of a home. And the flower beds you kept by the porch are all overgrown. I beg till I'm blue in the face for you to come back. But I'm changing my mind, it's forever this time, and I'm getting my life back on track. 'Cause I'm so worn out trying to fix myself when I ain't broken. I'm tired of lying to myself and barely hanging on. And I'm done writing about you in these songs. I'm so worn out trying to fix myself when I ain't broken. I'm tired of lying to myself and barely hanging on. And I'm done writing about you in these songs. This last song I'm gonna do, it's a song by a guy from Ironton, Ohio, my second home, right across the river from Greenup. It's a song loosely based on a guy that pushed his wife down the stairs, and she has like a legend at this house and a special grave at the Woodland Cemetery in Ironton. It's loosely based on that. It's a murder song. It's called Ghost Your Goodbye. Well, woke up on the wrong side of my head. spent my life drinking in this bar, and I'm lucky I ain't dead. That girl in the art city, she took my heart from me, both the blood in my veins and chained down my 2 left feet. So I get stoned on the ghost of your goodbye. So damn dark, can't see the sun. The trees drown out the light. That bright sky, and it's so hard. We're sinking so damn low. So I drink in the dark with no light left in my soul. Well, she took my truck and all my stuff and dumped it in the lake. But all these sins didn't deserve the words shoved in my face. She swore she'd never love again. She swore my heart to break. And she swore to God that he wasn't real till she met her judgment day. So I get stoned on the ghost of your goodbye. So damn dark, I can't see the sun. The trees drown out the light. That bright sky, and it's so hard. We're sinking so damn low. So I drink in the dark with no light left in my soul. I get stoned on the ghost of your goodbye. So damn dark, I can't see the sun. The trees drown out the light. That bright sky, and it's so hard, sinking so damn low. So I drink in the dark with no light left in my soul.
Hey, we've got lots more music and conversation with Jayce Turley, but I'd like to take a minute to remind listeners that Red Barn live streams, both tonight's and on any Wednesday, remain available online for you to view at your convenience on the Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. Our live video stream is also available on the weku.org website, as is our audio stream, compliments of wgad.net in Central New York. Don't miss a single episode of our program, and be sure to tell your friends what it is that you like about Red Barn Radio and why they should be listening if they aren't. Jay Skaggs is our guest next week. A Kentucky-born and based songwriter, Jay's songs are influenced by bluegrass, grunge, punk, country, and everything else that has infiltrated his ears over the years. True to his roots, Jay provides the listener with a glimpse into his identity and lived experiences through his songs, with a style that really hits the heart and I know is going to win you over. So that's Jay Skaggs and his band. Join us next week on Red Barn Radio. Red Barn Radio, listen to the live. Let's get back to tonight's Red Barn Radio program. We welcome you live on our social media platforms, broadcasting from the Arts Place Performance Hall here in the city of Lexington, Kentucky. Please welcome back Jayce Turley to the Red Barn stage.
Hell, on my 17th year, we met awfully fast. I wanna thank my mom and pops for not raising me like trash. Seen a lot of lone-hearted fools singing sad, sad songs. The situation keeping everybody praying is lasting way too long. The old man upstairs just sits down at the table. He wants to say it'll all be fine, but it don't look like he'll be able. The old man on his bar stool has thrown away his Bible, searching for a miracle at the bottom of his bottle. The bottom of his bottle. Hell, on my 17th year, and boy, the times they're changing. Funny how it all comes together the longer I keep playing. But everything around you just seems to up and fall apart. You hold close to the things that you love from the bottom of your heart. The old man upstairs just sits down at the table. He wants to say it'll all be fine, but it don't look like he'll be able. The old man on a bar stool has thrown away his Bible, searching for a miracle at the bottom of his bottle. Bottom of his bottle, at the bottom of his bottle. That one was called The Bottom. It's kind of a song right about the shape that things are in right now. This next one I'm gonna do is called Dark Flame. It's from a perspective of a robbing man. Well, the beast in my belly shouting god-awful things. He's torn up my throat, screaming loud to my face. The devil on my neck killed the angel away. The demons in my mind that keep fighting and stay. Sat here politely and waited my turn. I've grown tired of the evil and the dark flame it burns. Gun in my hand and the wild in my eyes. I stepped in a liquor store and took a man's life. Well, I haven't got a letter since early last fall. Waited around just for you to call. I know that they'll catch me, but I can't say when. Paranoid and anxious is the shape that I'm in.
ears started ringing when they kicked in the door. Shot to my belly, I dropped to the floor. This thing I remember is I saw your face. It broke me to hear what you had to say.
All right. All right. You calling those guys up here?
Yeah,
Are they coming?
getting the band back.
Are they going to come up here? So, you want to talk a little bit while they're setting up?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Let's do that.
Absolutely.
Hey, so earlier on you talked a little bit about a song you wrote while you were in Mexico. Is there a story to be told about your trip to Mexico?
I wouldn't say there's a story. We went down there and we had a good time.
Yeah.
We stayed at a nice resort and stuff.
Oh, okay. So it was that kind of a trip.
Just something when I you know, sitting down there, getting bored and whatnot, waiting to do stuff and getting on your phone, and I'll just jot down a couple things.
Nice,
I end
nice.
up doing that a lot. Sometimes I'll be driving down the road and I'll say, "Hey Siri, put in my notes, you know, this and that," and work on it when I get home.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Move up to the mic a little bit if you
Yeah,
would mind.
yeah,
Yeah,
my
hey,
bad.
thanks. Yeah, good. All right, so gotcha. So no Mexico story. It sounds like a nice story, though. Sounds like you had a nice time down there, and but it also tells me a little bit about how you pick up songs and how you come up with song ideas. Is it sort of stream of consciousness, stuff that comes to your mind? Is it experiences you have?
A lot of stuff will be experience. I'd say a lot of stuff is by experience, or it's by like other people's experience. Sometimes somebody else will say something, and then I'll write a song about like that thing. But the big thing I try to do, everything's usually based on emotion, but the big thing I try to do is the biggest thing I've seen in my day, like the biggest event. If I seen something significant, try to write a song about that.
You try to do something. Do you try to do something every day?
Oh, twice a week.
Yeah. And
Be more applicable.
yeah, okay, that's good. And so what's the space that you need to be in on those particular 2 times a week that you say, I'm going to sit down right now and make myself work on this?
Anywhere alone
Yeah.
and cold. Cold helps.
Cold?
Yeah, boosts your brain power, I think, or something like that.
Oh.
Or maybe they just told us that in school instead of turning the heat on.
Well, well, you might be right. You might be right. Do you ever think about writing from a point of view that your peers can relate to, or do you tend to think more about writing for the sort of the millennials, people who have money and go to bars?
I'd say I write songs for an everyday person from Kentucky to relate to every now and then. But a lot of songs are aimed towards everybody. Like Lone Hearted Fool is a heartbreak song, and everybody's had a heartbreak, so everybody can relate to that. And stuff like, people really can't relate to murder songs, can they? But songs like love songs, like the one that I'm gonna do next up, love songs, people can relate to that. So I try to appeal to most people.
But people like murder songs,
People do like murder songs.
They've liked them for-
Every good band has one good murder song.
at least. Yeah, I mean, for hundreds of years, right? The murder
Yeah.
song has been part of the American song tradition.
Yeah, Banks of the Ohio, all that.
Yeah. You a reader?
Huh?
Yeah. Are you a reader?
News articles,
Yeah.
not books.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, you do keep up with news?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do that? And what kind of news interests you?
I usually use like the Apple News, but I'm kind of interested. I don't really care to talk about
a lot of stuff too much, but I'm interested in, like, you know, the way that you know, the shape that the country's in and stuff every day.
You like news that you can maybe parlay into a song? Well,
Or
no,
a
I'm
song?
thinking more into a song. Yeah, right.
No, I just don't like to talk about them, like stuff like that, point blank period, like politics and stuff. I try not to bring up,
Yeah, I
especially
don't
not
like
music.
talking about that either.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your songs, though, I'm just kind of wondering about that. Like, where did you get that passion in you that had you deciding that the way you were going to express yourself and some of your deepest feelings, maybe your greatest fears, that you were going to express those in songs?
Well, I think the reason that I got to that place was by taking a songwriting class and it opening me up to the idea of doing stuff like singing songs like that, like writing songs. And from there, it was just a matter of time of writing something that was good enough to play for a group of people. And at that point, it wasn't about emotional or anything. At that point, it was about just trying to write something decent that rhymes and people can listen to and not hate all the way.
Did you do that songwriting class? Is that something you did long ago, or is that something?
Yeah. 3 years ago.
And where was it?
Augusta at Davis Nelkins College.
Oh, all right.
Augusta is another music week, camp week.
Yeah, that's a great one, right? I mean, that seems like a cool place, that college. I've driven up through there a number of times.
It's really neat. It's pretty.
And
the dorms don't have air conditioning.
Really?
So sleeping in there at night's kind of miserable.
Do you ever think about going to college?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me what you are like when you think about college. What would be maybe something that you'd like to do in college? Would it be related to your art?
Probably business.
Oh,
Something related to business. To either, I have a dream one day if music don't work out, then either doing something maybe in a hospital if that comes about, but having a business degree. I'd really like to be an entrepreneur at some point in my life. I'd really like to own my own business at some point.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
But what kind of business that would be is yet to be told.
Yeah, that's something, whatever the world needs at that point in time.
Ah, nice. Well, you got plenty of time for that.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you sort of value the idea of being well-rounded, and that kind of answers a question that I was going to ask you, which is, how do you think that a young person like you going into the music business avoids the pitfalls of that?
Yeah.
You know, the pitfalls of, you know, sort of throwing everything you got at one thing, and in a field you know is very competitive, and you're in like a really competitive market, right?
I'd say
right.
I'd say where I'm at right now. Yeah, it's tough. It would be tough to move up, but just knowing the people that I do know and having the people behind me. The people that I have behind me, I would say, are the people that share my stuff with other people on a day-to-day basis, like stuff like that. And it helps you to grow, and it helps, especially getting out and having opportunities like this. You know, it helps you to grow really easily. Even though that market might be congested, everybody's moving at a similar pace and all that stuff.
You use social media to reach out to your fan base, to people.
That'd be the main spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of things do you feel like it's important that you do in social media?
Well, I think it's
fans?
important to stay active. I think it's good to post a video every once in a while. I think it's always good to post where you're going to be at all the time. Give us updates on, you know, where you're at and how things are going and where you're headed to next.
That's time consuming.
It can be. I think at some point they make somebody to do that. I'm not that far down the road yet, I don't think.
Yeah, but so right now you sound like a busy 17-year-old. I mean, you're doing school, you're out performing a bunch.
2 or 3 nights a week.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great. Hey, you know, one other story to tell before we get back to music is about how you happened to open for Arlo.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because Arlo has been on the show a number of times, and yeah. Love to hear your story.
Well, I went to Huntington Music and Arts Festival in Huntington, West Virginia last year, and I ran into this lady that I did not know then, but I will know from that moment and for the rest of my life. Her name's Lee Pennington, and she previously worked with Kentucky Organ Donation, and so they started a competition that was High School Challenge. You submitted a video of an original song. If your video won, you got to open up for Arlo McKinley. We were at Huntington Music and Arts Festival. She told me a million times to enter it, and I entered it, and she helped me promote it the right way and stuff. And once I got it done, I won with that video from a round of judges. Like I know Ian Thornton, Tyler Childress' manager, was on the panel for that, and I got picked to go open for Arlo at Paramount for that free event. It was for organ donation.
Wow.
I
Congratulations.
got to sit around back and talk to him for a little while. Nice guy. He actually got me in a pit house in Slade.
Well, all right. That's a great story, and congratulations. You should be really proud of that. What song was it?
It was Cowboy Hats, Pearl Snaps that I turned in. It's on YouTube actually now, and it says it's my entry or whatever.
Woohoo! All right. And this woman's name is Lee, you said?
Lee Pennington.
Yeah, and are you still in touch with Lee?
Yeah,
And is she still helping you out with your career? And
Well, I wouldn't say she's necessarily help. She's definitely she definitely supports me. She's we stay in touch. Yeah.
all right. Hey, before you get back to music, why don't you introduce us to your bandmates and tell us how you met them?
I'm gonna start closest to me over here on my left. This is Kyle Kleinman. Last year, I got a call from my cousin who was like, "Hey, I see you've been playing music, and me and this guy used to be best friends, and you really need to go down to his house and start playing music with him." So I texted him on Facebook because we were already Facebook friends for whatever reason, and I went down there and we jammed for the first time. Then about a week later, we jammed again, and then we've jammed together more than we've liked by now, probably.
Well, and we
He played on my album actually, the opening act.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Nice. I actually noticed that. Yeah. And Kyle, welcome back. You were on the program before. It's great to have you back. Yeah. And how about on guitar, Dale next to us? Because I don't recognize Dale.
Dale Blankenship, this is Dale Blankenship. He's from Coal Grove in Ironton, Ohio. I met him actually when I was about 11 or 12, and he was about, well, I don't know, I might have been 13, and he was 16, and I was just learning the guitar. And he could play a little bit of guitar, and he started teaching me some stuff. Well, I didn't see him again for about 3 years, and then I don't know where, I think he started dating my sister. For the past year. So we're actually in a band together called Jayce Turley and Cardinal Point, and we pick together also more than we would like.
More than you would like. I like that. And then JD, who's familiar face over there. Hey, JD, good to see you back again. How'd you meet JD?
JD Thomas?
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of a legend around Ironton, where I've grown up for playing
legendary
music.
For what?
I mean, he's played with Charlie Woods in Deep Hollow. He has Building Rockets. He plays with Dark Moon Hollow out of here in Lexington, and he's just very well rounded. I've seen him fill in for a bunch of people, and I've seen him out playing music since I was real little, but didn't know him at a personal level until about a year and a half ago when I played an event that he was playing at the Auger in Ironton, Ohio.
All right. Great job, you guys. Hey, would any of you care to step up to Mike, put you on the spot, step up to a mic and say something about what you've enjoyed playing music with Jayce and how you see Jayce's. How about the sister's boyfriend? This is your opportunity to say the right thing.
What do I enjoy?
Yeah. How do you like playing with Jayce, and what do you enjoy about what Jayce does musically?
He's one of the best songwriters I've ever came across, and I just love playing lead for him. It's fun. We have a good time. He's my brother.
Yeah,
Feels like my brother.
Nice.
Like making music together.
Well, you're a good player too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, great to have you. JD, it looked like you were about to ease up to the microphone. I'd love to hear you say something about Jayce.
I think one thing that we failed to really cover with Jayce being here, is one thing I really admire about this kid is his drive. And this year he threw his own festival out of nowhere. Yeah, he did a 2-day festival in was it out back of Greenup, Kentucky. He worked with the people at the Pump House, and they really got it done, and it was a bang-up job, and I really look forward to seeing this thing again next year. So I want to talk to him a little bit more about the fact that not only is he playing music, the kid put together a festival and brought some really great talent to the area, you know, just on a whim.
Well, there you go. Okay, well, that'll be the last thing you have an opportunity to talk about, Jayce, before you get back to playing more music. Tell us about this festival. And you're an extrovert, but you didn't tell me about this festival.
I was wondering if that topic would actually come up. I didn't know if you knew anything about it or not.
No.
Last month, well, we'll say first in May, I was sitting down at the Auger playing music with JD, and we started to think about, you know, talking about like festivals and stuff and how cool it was that actually him and his buddy Bob DeLong started the original Appalachian Uprising. And so my dad told me that Dwight might be a person to talk about an area. Dwight Hensley from the Pump House might be a guy to talk to about, you know, an area to have this thing. And he was building a brand new outside stage and wasn't even finished when we first talked about it. He agreed to it, and then about a week later, I had 25 people playing it, including James Reed and Katie Meadows and Lucas Wayne and The Hammer and the Hatchet and Dark Moon Hollow. You know, a lot of good people came and played this thing.
Wow.
Charlie Woods and Deep Hollow came and played it, and we unveiled our full band for the first time, and we brought about 200 people in there. For a first-year festival, we did really good, and we're really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, well, that's excellent. Way to go, man.
It's called the Little Sandy Shakedown, if you want to look out for it next year.
The Little Sandy
It's already got a
Shakedown.
Facebook page and everything.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, way to go, Jayce. You know, it's been great having you here. And finally, I feel like we've had a lot of back and forth over
Yeah.
the last couple of months. And
Yeah.
how great it is to meet you finally.
Yeah, it's great to meet you. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for reaching out.
Oh, yeah, you bet. Hey, let's welcome back Jayce Turley and his band.
Oh, yeah. This next one I'm going to do is a love song I wrote about my girlfriend. It's called Whisper Goodnight. Trucks blocked all the exits, and I can't get out to see you tonight. But I pray that you know I'm thinking of you while I'm weeping and watching the sky. The dark clouds dance right over every star that I'm trying to see. Never can get a look at them unless you're looking at them with me. And a few days is few too long. I wanna see you tonight. And I drove like hell out of the mouth of this holler.
swear to God you're the reason I haven't burned this double wide down. Your name dances through my thoughts like the lyrics to a sad country song. But your memory could never make me as sad as old George Jones. And a few days is a few too long. I wanna see you tonight, and I'd drive like hell out of the mouth of this holler if I could hear you whisper goodnight. Oh, whisper goodnight.
My turn. Well, there are so many people to thank for our program. First, Jayce Turley, our guest this evening, who's smiling up there. We are ever grateful for our volunteers and staff who make our production happen so beautifully each and every week. That's Matt, Kate, Forrest, Melinda, Zach, Eric, and of course our producer, Ed Commons. We want to thank all of you for listening to our webcast, watching us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and those listening to us on the network of Red Barn stations and media worldwide. Thanks to WEKU, Red Barn's premier radio partner, NPR, for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Listen online at weku.org. It's your chance to hear more great live music from Red Barn Radio and WEKU. That's NPR for Central and Eastern Kentucky. Those of you here in the Central Kentucky area, be sure to check out Red Barn TV. It's our weekly program of music, now on ABC 36 WTVQ. Red Barn Radio comes to you from our home, the Arts Place Performance Hall in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Our website has updates and further information on our guests and our programs. We're on the web at redbarnradio.com. Before we close out tonight's program, though, let's bring back the Jayce Turley Band for one more number.
This one's called Getting Out of Kentucky. Summer days working hard out on the farm just to keep your family fed, keep the needle out of your arm. 3 damn weeks the rain don't come and the soil's all got hard. You can't wrap your head around, you got dealt these losing cards. Well, there ain't no life to live where you ain't gotta break your back. You can sell your soul to the devil or you get busted dealing crack. You can take your ass to the mines and snag that Kentucky coal. You can spend your life in a prison breaking rocks and digging holes. Not you lay awake and you'll damn your life and say you're getting out
calluses on his hands, yeah, and they all knew he worked the land. But the mining company had a hold of him no matter what kind of life he planned. Well, the mine blew all to pieces when that gold dust did ignite, and he never left the ground after that warm October night. Now his widow sits with two young boys and a daughter come and sings. She don't sleep much, she just walks the yard and curses towards me. At night she'll lay awake and she'll damn the mine and say, we were heading out to Kentucky, but we got lost along the way. We were heading out to Kentucky, but we got lost along the way.
All right, Jayce Turley. Well, that's all for our show for this week, folks. You can see and hear Red Barn Radio worldwide, though, as we stream live on the web on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern in North America. You can also listen to archive performances on Spotify and iTunes, and you can watch mountains, literally mountains of video on the Red Barn Radio YouTube channel. We are so glad you could join us tonight, and until next time, see you next week on Red Barn Radio.